Hi all, Elliot here. Just a quick disclaimer before we begin. 10 Candles is a horror game that can deal with some pretty sensitive topics. We ask that you please read the episode description prior to listening to this for a list of those. With that, thank you so much and enjoy 10 Candles.
So, we are back, and as you following this newfound girl named Sherry, she is leading you up the shoreline. She leads you for about half an hour. Within that half an hour, as you're walking, do any of you do anything, say anything, or is it just a pretty mindless, kind of quiet walk?
I feel like we're trying to do like regular flashlight sweeps just to make sure everything's okay, but I also don't want to like signal our location. So I don't want to keep it on for too long, but I do want to keep a lookout every once in a while with a flashlight just to see what's out there if I can find anything.
To be clear, are you scanning the forest? Because the forest is on one side and then the lake is on the other. Which one are you scanning? Or are you like randomly doing both?
I think like a quick glance on each side with my flashlight every now and again, maybe every 5. I'll say 5-10 minutes. It's probably closer to every 3 to 5 minutes because it feels longer when you're just walking. And yeah, so a quick glance at each one. I don't like the evil look on your face.
So
I'm scared.
So
I don't
what
like
we're gonna
it.
do, I'm going to ask you to roll, and this is going to be the culmination of all of your sweeps, what you end up seeing, and roughly when. So what I want you to do is go ahead and roll, and first we're gonna figure out what your succeeds and failures are. So go for it.
Gotcha.
And we're at 6.
Yeah, we're at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, my throw up happened.
I forgot that you
threw
threw
up
up.
and
You gotta
chose the
take
dice.
2 more out of the pile. I got 1, and no 6s.
Oh. Okay.
No.
I will.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to bring this up before we blow the candle out. You can burn one of your virtues or vices to re-roll the ones, or you can let it stay.
I don't think there's much of it. I have 1 to reroll. I don't think there's much of a chance. And
Fair?
yeah, no. I'll leave it.
So a candle is blown out. We are down to 9 candles. The scene ends. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go around in a circle, in this podcast circle, and we are going to say truths about what is currently happening in our narrative. Truths can be anything, small or big, about the narrative of the story or of the world, or even about your character or other NPCs that you've found along the way. And I am going to start with the universal truth of this game, and then we're going to get into doing 9 truths, one of which is locked at the end. So the first universal truth is the world is dark. And we will go ahead and start with the person who failed the roll. April Grace, what is the truth about our narrative?
In doing those flashlight sweeps, something saw us.
Okay. Jackie, what is the truth?
The forest is dry.
Okay. Elliot, what is the truth?
There is a small bloody pool in the lake.
Horrifying. Okay. Reagan, what is the truth?
Even though the phones are all dead, sometimes little snippets of something will come through on them.
For my truth, a light has appeared in the sky. A giant spotlight as you're all walking. that now covers the entire lake and surrounding area in a pale light. It's not quite like a moon, the moonlight, but it's a large circular light in the sky that is now covering everything in a weird ethereal light. Okay, Lark, April Grace, let's have another.
I don't trust Sherry as far as I can throw her.
Can we double that one for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Top of my notes right now is Sherry. I don't trust you, bitch.
I think we're all in the same boat there.
I will ask both of you, who has the. Are you as you've walked? Are you showing that in between the scenes? Is Sherry feeling that?
I don't know if she's feeling it, but I am looking at the map to make sure we are going where she says we're going.
Okay.
She's probably feeling it a little bit from April Grace, but also April Grace just kind of gives that vibe to maybe everyone a little. So it doesn't feel personal, even if it is.
And Esther, you get the second to last truth.
Every once in a while, when we blink, there are eyes behind our eyelids.
Why do you come up with the creepiest ones, you little freak?
Why would you do that?
I have fun here.
This is when we all remember that Elliot is also a DM.
Amazing. Okay, and then for those who've never played 10 Candles before, we all say the final truth together. The final truth, that being, is we are alive. So the final truth is...
We are alive.
Okay. So, and I will go ahead and set the scene. We are back up to 9 dice, 9 candles. The world darkens just a little bit.
Except not, because apparently there's a weird light now.
There is a weird light now. So
Actually, can I ask a clarification about the weird light?
Yeah.
So is it like the sky is still dark, but there's just like a little hole in it?
Yes.
Like someone stabbed through a piece of paper?
It looks less like that and more like the sky's still dark, and it looks like someone has affixed a giant spotlight in the sky. So
I can't believe the monsters are just like choir kids.
the real evil is the choir and theater kids in all of us.
No!
That's so true, though.
Well, actually, it's the band kids, because...
Oh, yeah, I was trying to remember. I was like, not theater, because they're music. But the word
the
band
kids. It's the band kids.
It's the band kids.
So is a band kid.
So, as April Grace is scanning the lake, you see it first, April Grace. As you scan, you see what you think is a figure floating out on the water. It's still dark, and you kind of snap your camera off or your light off, and then turn it back again, and the figure's gone. And as you're walking, you do that several more times, where you're catching just the edge of something, and you're certain you're seeing something, but every time you look, it's gone. So much so that you're putting your light out more than you normally would.
Yeah.
And your whole group begins to notice. As they all turn to you, an ethereal spotlight appears over the lake, covering all of you in a weird, dull light. The lake is now completely shown, but there's still a darkness in the air, and as you look up, you still see darkness past the light.
Can Can I shine my flashlight back at that light?
You
Oh my
certainly
God.
can.
Are we, before you do this, are we like, we're on, the forest is on that side and the lake's on that side, right?
You are, yeah, so you're directly in between the forest and the lake.
I think like instinctually, as soon as the like big light comes on, I think Jackie is going closer towards the forest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you point it.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a good thing. It's not dark anymore. The primary problem was for until earlier today was that it was dark, and now it's not dark.
Reagan, I don't know if you know this. That's not the sun.
You don't know that.
Do I see anything up there?
You do.
Oh
Where's the answer? Where's the answer?
First answer.
First answer.
As you shine your light, your battery-powered light cuts through this ethereal light as if it was going through darkness. And it makes the light separate as if a curtain. And as you go up, the curtain of light widens. And you see from what looks like a hole in the sky, robed figures descending onto the lake.
I dropped my flashlight. Run, fucking
And
run.
they all turn toward you.
Fucking run.
Sherry
Oh God, tell me.
screams loud.
Shut the fuck up!
I like grab her by the wrist and start running like into the forest.
Yeah.
Still trying to stay vaguely in the same direction we were going, but we're going in forest now. I don't want to be out in front of these bitches.
Absolutely, you all start running into the forest. As you're running, you start hearing things on either side of you, as if something's chasing you. You hear trees snap, and you start hearing that same hissing sound that Reagan heard. And it starts getting closer and closer and closer. And as you're running through the trees, you see a long finger touch Sherry. And it just touches her shoulder. And you hear Sherry scream, and she kind of falls to the ground. And then rolls, gets back up, and keeps running. But the hissing starts to die down.
I let go of her when she I had her wrist. I was like dragging her along. I let go. She's not my problem anymore. I got a knife in one hand and now my other hand's free.
By the way, when you were holding her wrist and she got touched, you felt in your hand as if all of your nerves in your hand lit on fire for a second. And then
I fucking let go of her.
Yep. You let go, she falls, gets back up, and now you're all running through the woods. The hissing has died down. They're not after you anymore, it seems.
Okay. Do we feel like we're safe to stop for a second?
As you run, yes, because the hissing's gone. You no longer hear anything pursuing you. You're now pretty well into the forest. You can still see the lake and the light quite far in the distance at the tree line, but you're now well in the forest, and you don't hear anything. No animals, nothing. But you also don't hear anyone coming. And you found a bit of a clearing. You're still in the woods, but it's enough where like a tree has fallen down, so you'd be able to sit on it. It's a good place to rest.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn around with my friends behind me and hold my knife out towards Sherry.
Why are we stopping?
What do you know? What are you not telling us?
Nothing.
It touched you.
Yeah, it was trying to capture me, I think, or kill me, or whatever it was. I ran from it just like you all.
If that's the case, why are you still here?
Because I was able to get away from it.
It like stopped when it didn't get you.
It like graced you and then let you go. That
Reagan's pulling out her fire poker.
You notice as Cher is talking, she's kind of rubbing her shoulder where she was poked because it just hurts. I think it tried to catch me, and then she stops talking, and then just kind of keeps rubbing.
show us your shoulder.
Yeah.
How close are you all looking? Like, give me an idea of like where are you in? So we'll say she is next to the tree entering the clearing. Where are you all as far as like how close are you to Sherry?
I'm about an arm's length away. I've got my knife pointed at her, and my arm is like extended to keep us apart, but that's as far as I am.
I think I'm like right behind
Same.
April Grace.
Yeah.
Like a fallen tree and then the clearing, and she's like right there in the front of the clearing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jackie is standing behind the tree, like
Okay.
behind everyone.
Would you say you all are? Do you all have your flashlight on Sherry's face?
I no longer have my flashlight. I dropped mine.
Okay.
I am doing the thing. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but if you've ever used like a flashlight where you kind of put your hand in front of it, except like have your fingers slightly spread apart so there's like a ray of light shining instead of the entire beam.
Yeah.
And I have that right on her, like kind of angled on her face and shoulder.
Okay, then you all see this as she's rubbing her, and like it looks like she's pinching something. Like she's found something on her shoulder that she's trying to pull off, and she's starting to panic. And she looks at you all, and her eyes blink open, and then a second set of eyelids blink open, then a third blink open, and it almost looks like her eyes are glitching. And she goes, help, 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 and 4 different voices come out of Sherry's mouth. Help me.
I stab her with the fire poker.
Yeah.
You think I fuck around?
Okay, so here is the last mechanic of 10 candles. Every dice you all lose, I gain.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh no.
So you're going to roll this is a conflict roll. You're going to roll to attack Sherry with your fire poker. I'm going to roll my 1d6. If I get more successes than you, I take control of the narrative.
I'm rolling 9, right?
So easy
You're rolling
not
9.
to fail.
Oh my god. Fail. Yes.
It's 9v1. It's 9v1.
You
It's
have to get
9v1.
I just rolled a 6. You'll have to at least get more than 1 6 for me to not take the control of the
Please.
narrative.
We need our Crash Panda luck here.
Come on, Sasha Pizzazz. Okay. I also got 1 6. But am I allowed to burn one of my things?
How many ones did you get?
I did not get any ones.
So your things are only burnt to reroll ones.
Shit.
Oh no. Oh no.
Our
So
hubris.
you succeed. But
Me to beat it?
for me.
Okay.
Okay. What's said?
So you tell me how you poke. Go ahead. Tell me how you go to stab Sherry with the poker.
I feel like it's like a gut reaction. Like she sees Sherry's eyes bugging out and she just starts like talking with multiple voices and it's just like fucking she just She was like standing like right behind April Grace, and she like was holding the fire poker almost like a sword. I think she just goes for it and just stabs like toward like the general chest throat area. Probably more like towards her like throat shoulder area.
Yeah, you as you lunge forward and you catch her right here where the chest and the throat meet. You hear a gurgle sound of her going and screaming as she's lifted into the air. And through the light, you see little strings coming out of her back
No.
and of her face.
Guitar.
And and through the pale light, you can kind of see them now. Light shining off, and as Esther's light is showing, and above you see one of the road figures flying above, doing this, and Sherry's arms fly up,
Oh God.
and you just see Sherry crying and gurgling as there's a fire poker in her neck chest area because you lost control of it when you dove in your enthusiasm. And now this marionette, one of Sherry's arms snaps as it goes in a weird, unnatural angle as she begins to move toward you in the air, crying and gurgling. What do you all do?
Run.
Run like hell.
No, yeah,
that
right.
shit. We're
I-
running.
I'm going to, because I think April Grace just watched Reagan do that, and is like a little bit stunned, because she didn't really think Reagan was capable of that. But she grabs Reagan's hand, to kind of pull them out of the like whatever this is, and goes, "We have to go," and starts bolting away from whatever used to be Sherry.
As you begin to run, you hear the hissing noise coming out of Sherry's mouth. And you take one quick look back, and where Sherry's disfigured body is, you start to see weird robe-like material now coming out of her skin. And as you all chance one look back, she now looks like one of them. But they turn, and you all are able to run. Do you do anything while you're running?
I think Reagan's just like, I did that wrong.
No.
What else were you supposed to do?
You did the best you could do. You did the best you could do. We just have to go.
I think Jackie is a little paranoid. I think they have like the full like big ass camping flashlight out. Like that's the one they've been using. And I think like anytime like a crunch in the ground is a little bit too hissy, I think they just take a fucking swing back just in case.
Give me a roll.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I'll go ahead and I
How
didn't get a
many-
6. So you
Oh,
just need
great.
to succeed.
And it's still 9, right? Or did we get down
9.
one?
Nope, we're still on 9.
Because I got one success that just didn't do anything.
Nope. No 1s and no 6s.
Oh fuck.
That is a failure.
That is a failure.
With this, with a complete failure, you can burn a virtue or a vice to re-roll your dice and try again.
Ooh.
It sucks because we don't know what's happening.
No idea.
I will burn my virtue.
Ooh.
My virtue is generous.
Okay.
So I think in that moment, I think that they hang back slightly to make sure nothing is following us to protect the group.
Okay, you're going to need to re-roll because you can still fail this.
That's okay. I'm ripping up my virtue.
But as you're swinging, you feel this generosity well up and give you a momentary light in the darkness.
Hell yeah, that's going to be 2 successes, but I did also roll 3 ones.
Woof.
3 dice are now gone. You're left with 6, but you do succeed. And then if you'll go ahead and explain to us, just as you're running, what is Jackie doing?
Yeah, so I think every time there's like just like a tickle in the back of their neck, they kind of just like take a second to get in like a good stance to throw a proper like fucking punch, but with the flashlight, so if it does make an impact, it's gonna hurt. And I think just like every time there's like slight moment, it's just like a turn around, just fucking slugging it, and then turning back around, recuperating and catching up, because I am probably the most athletic out of all of them, so it's not like super bad if I get a little bit behind, but yeah.
As you all run, you notice the forest sort of breaks as if there was a bit of deforestation happening, and you find yourself in a clearing that you didn't know was there, nor as you're looking, April Grace looks on the map, it's not there either. It is a rather large 3-story house in the woods. And you see lights on in the house.
If there are lights on, they have power, and if they have power, they might be able to call and get help.
I don't like this.
I don't trust this.
I don't like it either, but what choice do we have? Keep running through the woods?
I don't know why a house this big wouldn't be like marked off on the thing.
Maybe it's an old ass map. Maybe I don't fucking trust Sherry. Like, I mean, she's fucking dead as hell now. We can't ask her what happened, where she got this map, or how old it is. We don't know.
I'm inclined to agree with April Grace. I think we need to recuperate. We need to figure out where we're going, because we're running in endless woods at this point. And you guys are gonna start having an adrenaline crash if we don't stop.
We have to try.
Plus, if they have power, they might be able to recharge our batteries for our flashlights, if not our phone.
Yeah.
Jackie, can I have one of your plates?
Oh.
Yeah, they reach in and give you a plate.
I'll follow you guys on this, but I don't like it.
I don't think any of us like it.
I think Reagan will lean over to Asher and be like, we can hang by the door.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, as your group decides to head toward the house, it does have lights on. And you hear the telltale sign of a generator.
Oh,
The
yeah.
hum of one. How do you approach this house?
I'm gonna knock on the door. Honestly, I want the best chance of these people helping us. I don't want to like break into their shit.
Absolutely.
I think I make sure that I look not armed at all. Like, this is just
Yeah,
a
I'll put my
flashlight, man.
knife away.
I won't use it to clock you. It's just a flashlight.
I'll put my knife away and I'll knock on the door.
I'm standing off the porch, ready to bolt if something happens.
Hey, I'm just a girl holding a plate.
You knock on the door, and you hear, well, they don't knock, so come in, I guess.
Yeah, I'll open the door, and I'll call, hey, we don't mean any harm. We're just lost and scared and in the dark and shit.
Avoiding them weird monsters? Yeah, come in. You'd be the third group that's come in and left, so feel free.
Yeah.
Do you all go in?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna look back at Reagan and see if she's following.
I mean, I guess I'll go in. Still holding my plate.
As you walk in, it's a beautiful house. You walk into a foyer that has the spiral staircase that goes up into the second floor, and then you hear a tapping down the hall. What you can kind of, as you lean your head, it looks like a kitchen. To the right is a dining room with no lights on, but the kitchen has a light on. Several other rooms that do not have lights on, but yeah, and so you can guess that this person is in the kitchen, and you kind of hear them humming.
Are the lights that are on in the house synchronous with the lights we saw out the windows?
They are, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Cass is not letting anything slip. Cass
No.
is ready to clock any little weird inconsistency in this entire place.
I know this man's brain.
Yeah, I think
Did Esther come in with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she followed behind you.
yeah, then I feel like we all start heading towards the kitchen. Or at least I am. I don't know if anybody else
Yeah.
is. I assume everyone's behind me when I'm
Yeah.
heading to the kitchen.
Okay, so as you go in, you see man in his like white beard, easily in the 60s, so you can't tell. And he's leaned up, he got his boots against the table, he's just in a flannel and blue jeans, and he's just shaving some wood. And he looks at you, he goes, make yourself at home. Might as well. And just keeps shaving. And you see a bow and arrow against the table, a sword that's leaning against the table, and you also see he has set out drinks, food, all on this large island in the kitchen. He's like, you can help yourself to anything you want. Y'all look like you've been running all. And he goes, I would say all night, but that means you've been running for what, 4 days now? And just kind of laughs to himself.
How do you have power?
I have a generator.
That'll do it.
Generators run up. Well, yeah.
You seem prepared.
I always knew the apocalypse would come. I didn't think it'd be these weird robed figures, but
We found a prepper, guys. This is the best.
Let's go.
and everyone thought I was out of my mind, but I'm the one who's still here. And as if to punctuate, you hear some screams out in the distance again. And he kind of like points his knife to it. He goes, "You see?" And then continues.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, the name's Ray. Nice to meet y'all."
Hi, Ray. We're just trying to get some rest in between headed up towards town.
Oh, you're trying to go that way, huh?
Yeah?
He kind of like looks and goes, that's not a bad idea. Y'all might just survive if you do that, because you got a map.
We
Uh,
do.
Yeah, we do.
Do you show Ray the map or no?
I'll take the map out and show him. I'm interested to hear what he has to say about his house not being on it.
Yeah.
So-
Same.
He looks at the
Yeah.
map and goes, "Holy hell, that is an old ass map. Where did you get that? 1970?" He reaches across the table and throws you a new one where the map is clearly marked. He goes, "Wow, I'm surprised you made it this far with it."
Told you.
Fuck you, I guess.
Fuck you too, okay.
Okay.
Have you encountered the ropes at all, or have you just been?
Oh yeah, I fought off a couple of them.
Oh, so you can fight them all.
I'm as far as I made them leave me the fuck alone. With my trust with Abigail right here, and he pats his sword. He goes, He goes, guns don't seem to work on them, so just for safety, I went ahead and buried all those things in the backyard because it feels like, and I am a marksman, and I was hitting them dead center, and nothing happened. I took one swing at this thing, and they actually left. So
Oh,
I guess we're back to medieval times. And he puts his sword back down.
The bow works too, or
I reckon. I haven't tried it yet.
fair enough. Look, is it okay if we just get some sleep here for a little bit before we?
Absolutely. You're welcome into Ray's casa anytime you want. And he slams his hand on the door and goes, on the table, and goes, well, let me know before you all ready to turn in, because are you all planning on going outside at all?
I'm looking around at everyone else like, the fuck? No.
Not
Okay,
right now,
well,
no.
yeah,
Ray.
not for a bit.
Okay,
I'll
well, then
probably
we're
leave.
all going to get some sleep. And he stands up, goes toward the counter, and presses a button. An iron gate shut on each window. You hear it go throughout the entire house. And he goes, ain't no one getting in, ain't no one getting out. So
Okay.
he takes the key out of the machine, puts it down, and goes, I'm going to bed. You all, I am going to sleep. And he points to a little like cot next to you. He goes, I won't sleep here. You all have run in the house. It creeps me out being here alone. So
Yeah, okay, Ray. Thanks.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Ray.
and he just not afraid of you all at all, just lays down on the cot and passes right out.
I'm afraid of him. I look over at
Yeah.
Jackie like, the fuck?
Let's just
Oh,
let's
yeah.
sleep in shifts. Let's do a shift rotation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know
Let's.
if these metal sheets are gonna keep them out. I mean, like he said he encountered them, but like also I don't
I
know.
don't know. Let's just find a room and all stick in it. Sleep in shifts.
Okay, so you all are gonna go find a room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you whereabouts? So there are 3 floors to the house, and several rooms here. Where do you
Why
want
does
to
he
go?
have so many?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, my first instinct was to go up to the second floor because I feel like that's usually where like bedrooms tend to be a lot of times in homes. So that was my first instinct, is to go upstairs to the second floor. And then also we've got some lookout point as well.
Look out where the windows are metal.
Well, they're
They're metal
bars. You can see
bars.
through bars.
Okay, they're bars. I thought they were sheets of metal, which was doubly terrifying.
Yeah, it's all scary as hell, and I do not trust this for a single second.
I think
Oh, to be
I
clear, these are sheets of metal. These are not bars. You can
Yeah.
Matt was right. Oh,
Mac was
shit.
right.
Whoa!
you cannot see outside anymore. It is sheets of thick metal.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay.
I want to do. I think settling down on the second floor is best because I don't want to be on the same floor as him in case he sleep kills people. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't trust the fact that other people have left this place.
But I think I want to do like a sweep of the whole place just so I know what we're kind of working with.
Yeah.
I want to do a sweep with Jackie. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna do a dual roll. I want Jackie and Reagan to give me a roll. And this is for sweeps of the place to find out exactly what's going on
Okay.
in Casa de Rey.
Can I tell you a thought that I had, and I don't know if it will affect the roll at all, but it was what I was thinking.
Please?
I was gonna go to like all of the bookshelves and like pull each book to see if there was a hidden bunker.
Oh, absolutely.
Reagan, my beloved.
Of course. So remember, we're on 6 dice.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start with Reagan.
Okay.
Let's go, Reagan.
Oh no. That's not great.
What was it?
3 ones.
You can burn a virtue or a vice to reroll those ones.
I can do that.
3 ones and no 6s, I assume.
Yeah.
Woof.
I'm scared.
Burn that, whichever one.
Orange it.
Sure, I'll do that.
You sound so enthusiastic.
I'm scared. I'm frightened. Okay, I'll burn my vice because that was what was on top.
Okay, well, what's the vice?
Deflective.
Okay, so reroll your ones. And how many 6s did you get again?
None.
Okay, reroll your ones.
That's a 6.
Okay. Any ones at all?
Nope, 654.
Okay, wonderful. I want you to tell me how you go looking through this while using deflective in some way.
I have a thought if you don't have any.
I would love to hear your thought.
I feel like Jackie, because Jackie's very much a person that can't be in silence for too long. So I think in order to fill that silence, Jackie's trying to have conversations with you, as we walk through this. If that helps with your deflections.
Honestly, I feel like yeah, even if Jackie's like trying to like talk about the situation and then Reagan just kind of like goes to like random stuff. Like even I feel like cuz I said the bookcase thing, but I feel like even maybe like as a bit Reagan is just like starts pulling. They're like doing like Jackie's like doing like an actual like sort of sweep of everything, and then Reagan like as a bit starts like pulling on things. It's like, "Oh, maybe there's a secret door."
Amazing. So we'll pause there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll, Jackie.
I'll do the symbolic paper tearing.
Ooh,
That was a
ASMR.
good
Nice.
one. That's gonna be one of each.
Okay. We lose 1 dice. We're down to 5, and you do succeed. I will tell you what you find first, Jackie, and then we'll get back to Reagan. You find rooms that other groups had stayed in. You see empty candy wrappers, empty food, empty drinks. And you see notes that say, like, thanks, Ray. And you even find a journal of, it looks like somebody named Eric was headed, was going to head out as soon as Ray woke up, and talked about how kind Ray was and how Ray had actually helped save them and fought the thing. It was actually them. He fought them when he fought them off, and brought them into the house to let them rest. And it looks like everyone who is left of their own volition. As you're kind of looking around, and Reagan is pulling books, you do hit one. It is a graphic novel of Batman. And
Of course it is!
pull it down, and you hear a chink, and the bookshelf moves over, and you see a long hallway.
And we're on the second floor?
You were on the second floor. You see a long hallway, followed what you assume is steps down.
I think as it opens, I do think Jackie just picks Reagan up and she's like, "You're a fucking genius, Reagan."
I didn't think there'd actually be a bat cave.
It's fucking Batcave, dude.
Yay, what the fuck?
Should we tell the others we're going into a Batcave before we just descend?
I think we probably should.
Yeah.
I mean, Esther have just been hanging out.
Yeah.
We're like, I think Esther and I have probably found a room that we're all gonna sleep in, and are setting up like little there's probably like a bed, but we're also setting up like little like floor beds and stuff so that
Sleeping
sleep in one room.
bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Reagan comes in and she's like, guys, we found the bat cave.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
We were just kind of like looking around, and then Reagan was like, let's like check if these books will move the bookcase, and
Wanted the books move the bookcase.
it was
And-
Batman.
And it was Batman.
Isn't this like an invasion of privacy?
He said we had run of the house.
He did say that.
We'll just like take a peek. I think we should just take a peek. Like he could.
We can just take one of our flashlights and like just see what it is.
We don't have to like take anything. Like that would be rude. But like,
Yeah, we're not gonna take anything. We're just gonna see.
Okay, well, we shouldn't
Happening.
split up into halves if you guys are going to the Batcave. We should go together or not go at all. So
Yeah.
vote for the Batcave. One vote.
I feel like someone should stay in case like something like what? Because what if like the bookcase like moves back on its own after a while, and then we're stuck in the Batcave?
As you see, to assuage that fear, you actually see a button that opens and closes.
Oh, okay.
Indented into the wall.
Okay. So
I mean,
that's good.
I'll go in the Batcave. Esther, if you don't want to go in the Batcave, you don't have to go in the Batcave. But
No, I'll come along if all you guys are going.
Come in the Batcave.
Okay, then we'll all go.
all right.
There is a butler down here.
So you all head into the Batcave. You head into this secret room. You head down the hallway, and you see a set of stairs that descends well past where the first floor would have been. As you get about halfway, you start feeling fresh air on your skin.
Okay.
And
But there's like not any like visible openings, right?
not yet. You do see you've now reached the bottom of the stairs, and there's a hall that leads into, it's still kind of dark, so you can't really see, but you now feel this is where the fresh air is coming from, and there's a hall that leads into a very wide room, and you're just not sure what's in there yet.
Can I say I brought my knife with me?
Totally.
I'm knifed up.
Shining
there,
a
like-
flashlight around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is dark. There's like not a light source.
There's not, except I think Esther just...
Yeah.
So
Was
as
the-
you shine it... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Was the creepy spotlight like when we were outside of the house? Were things still kind of lit by the creepy spotlight?
Kind of. You're now far away from the lake. It's not as lit.
Okay.
So as Esther hits the flashlight and down the hall, you see that, and it's something that if you were to look at the map, you would see it. It's a boathouse
Oh shit.
that was down the hill from the home you were just in. It's a secret little boathouse, and you see a boat. There are two boats the light hits. One very fancy and electric and has a motor and one of those really fancy speedboats. Then the other one looks like a mini pirate ship. Wooden, has a sail, has a little pirate thing. You can't really see much of it, but that's what really comes to mind, is a mini pirate ship.
Guys, I think Ray might actually be Batman. Because like only rich people have little pirate ships and
Little pirate ships and swords?
like tricked out houses.
I don't know what to think anymore.
Hey, well, this is good to know. If like Ray tries to kill us in the middle of the night, we know where to run.
Yeah.
I guess. What, do we just like know about this and go upstairs and go to sleep now? What?
I mean, I guess
What else are we supposed to do?
we're not gonna steal his boat. I don't want to go out on the water. The water
don't
seems
wanna-
more
The water
dangerous.
is.
I also don't want to make an enemy of the man who has a sword and a bow and arrow.
Also that.
Okay. Fine. We'll go upstairs and go to sleep. And well, no, this is down here as a last resort, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you all go upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to be super clear about the next set of things that happens.
Oh, God.
No.
You all go upstairs.
Mhm.
You go back to your rooms. Tell me what you do as you ascend these stairs and you go back through the bat door. Explain it all to me.
I mean, I'd make sure that once we were all out, the bat door was closed behind us, but I don't know if anyone's gonna do anything before we leave the tunnel.
Not
About
much.
like halfway up the stairs, I'm turning off my flashlight.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Did we
I'm
leave
being
any
quiet.
Hmm?
What'd you say?
I just said being quiet. That's all.
Did we leave any tracks or anything?
You did.
Oh!
Shit. Shit, dude.
I mean, if
There's mud on these stairs.
I mean,
There's nothing we can
if
do about
Ray
it now.
asks, we'll be like, we
Well,
wanted
then
to. We'll say we went down the stairs because we found a weird secret door and then we didn't touch anything. He
We
said we had
could-
run to the house, we looked at the secret tunnel, and then we left. We didn't do anything wrong.
We can also, if there's like mud and shit on our shoes, we can take our shoes off before we get upstairs. We'll carry them with us. We'll clean the mud off in the sink or something.
Running. Is the
Yeah.
water also working?
I don't know, maybe.
As you all get in, who's the last person to go through the door? It would be Reagan, right?
Probably me, yeah, because I'm closing the door behind us.
And who would be the first one? I'm guessing April? Grace?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. April Grace, can you please give me a roll?
I'd love to.
He's gonna be there.
I'd love to.
We do it.
That is in fact
Wrong.
no ones, no sixes.
Oh no.
I will you can burn a virtue or a vice,
Mm-hmm.
or we can darken a candle. I will remind everyone, things do get much harder from here.
Yeah, I think I need to hold on to my vices and shit. So, yeah,
Okay.
I'll take it.
As you are ascending, and April Grace being very, very deliberate about the plan of like taking your shoes off, making sure everything, and sort of guiding everyone through how you're all gonna get there. You all miss as you all go back up the stairs. The thing you all miss as you're talking is a hissing sound coming from behind. As the light and the candle goes dark.